So, before learning a one-step palm flip or a pop palm flip, what you want to do is make sure you have a normal palm flip. So you just jump with 2 feet and push off the wall with your hands and do a backflip. So you should be extra comfortable with that trick before trying the one-step palm flip. To do this trick, you're going to find a flat wall. So you want to make sure that this wall has a lot of grip. The reason for this is that the one-step palm flip has a step that doesn't go out much, it goes up. So if the wall doesn't have grip, you're going to slip and then you're not going to get any push and you could land on your head. So when you're ready to do the trick, what you want to do is practice running towards the wall and then pushing off with your hands. So when we kick off of the wall, you're going to put your dominant foot. My foot that I do wall fronts and other wall tricks with, like wall flip, is my left one. So that's the one that I'm going to use on the wall. And since my dominant foot is on the wall, that means the other leg is on the ground as the last step before the wall. So what you're going to do is run towards the wall, and about 2 to 3 feet before the wall, you're going to put your non-dominant foot so that you can put your dominant foot on the wall to kick up. So when you put your dominant foot on the wall, you want it to be at about this height. So for me, it would be at about waist height or a little lower. Once it's on the wall, what you're going to do is push up. This is very important because if you don't push up and you push out, you're going to push your chest away from the wall too much and you're not going to get any push on the palm flip. If you don't get any push, you're not going to be able to get a flip and you could land on your head. So this is very important. So you can see that even if I kick a tiny bit and I'm still really close to the wall, this is still too far for a palm flip because I can't get any push. So you really want to make sure that when you kick up and you keep your chest really close to the wall like this so you have room to push for the palm flip. So once you've kicked up, keeping your chest close to the wall, you're going to put your hands on the wall and push. You want to make sure that you push off of the wall before the peak of your jump. This is very important because if you only push at the peak of your jump, you're only going to be flipping on the way down. If you're only flipping on the way down, you're not going to get any height and you're only going to shoot straight towards the ground, which can be very dangerous. So you want to practice the jump and pushing off the wall a few times, making sure you keep your chest close. It's going to look a little bit like this. You can clearly see that I'm keeping my chest close enough to the wall so that when I put my hands on the wall, my arms are bent. You can also see that I'm putting my hands on the wall before the peak of my jump so I can still have a little bit of height as I start flipping. So once you're really comfortable with that, then you should be ready to commit for the flip. So at this point, it should be exactly like a palm flip. So you're already in the air in the same position you would be for a palm flip with your body straight like this and your arms on the wall like this. So you want to make sure you push as hard as you can off of the wall, and as you're pushing off the wall, you're bringing your knees up like this. So since your knees are coming up and you're pushing off the wall, your hands are just automatically going to go towards your knees like this. Push, and then to the knees. At this point, landing is exactly like a palm flip, just with a little bit more height. So you're going to tuck as tight as possible because you don't want your feet to graze on the wall. So you tuck really tight, and then about halfway in the flip, you can spot the ground. And when you spot the ground, you can get ready to open up from your tuck and then land and absorb the landing. Here are some common mistakes to watch out for. Number one, I already mentioned, but it's very important. Make sure not to get your chest too far from the wall. If you do, you're not going to get any push. Number two would be pushing at the peak of your jump and only flipping as you're going down. So you want to make sure you push before the peak of your jump. Another one would be bringing your feet over to the side. Some people are scared of this trick and scared of grazing their feet on the wall, so they bring their feet over the side and do a crooked flip. Now, if your feet are touching the wall, that means that you're probably trying to tuck too early. So if you're trying to tuck too early, you see that if I try and tuck as I'm not done the push, my feet are going to hit the wall. So you want to make sure you push hard and then tuck, so then you're going to have enough distance away from the wall so that your feet don't hit.